Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. The price structure remains basically unchanged from the last update, so still further upside absolutely possible. Structurally looks more bullish than Bitcoin at the moment, okay? And I'm still looking here at this potential, five-wave move to the upside that can send us higher. This is obviously only the 1 hour chart. In the previous video I shared with you the daily chart. Here I don't have the entire structure on this chart. This just is for frequent updating. The daily chart doesn't really change very often. Actually, it's been very consistent over the recent 1.5 years. So here we are still dealing with a situation in which the move up from the 23rd of January was only characterized by very, very shallow pullbacks. That makes the exact micro count challenging. I'm anyway someone who's saying, you know, there is not typically the right count. Counts change, interpretations change, but still though, you have an easier life as an analyst if you get a deep pullback somewhere that gives you a clear landmark here on the chart. But the count, as I said, is unchanged. So we still have here our wave 1 and the wave 2 pullback. The wave 2 pullback here from the 21st of February. Then the idea is that we're now in this larger third wave. This might unfold as a clearer 5-wave move like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm getting a bit concerned that this move up gets a little bit too long. This circle wave 1, it's a little bit too long to be reliable. So I'm actively looking for alternative wave counts. I might present you a different count in the next video. But for now, this is working. It's just that, as I said, interpretation of micro counts difficult if there are only shallow pullbacks. Also then the problem that, I mean, this is working out okay as a 5-wave pattern this year. Just needs one more high. But then circle wave 1 is a little bit too long to be reliable. It shouldn't really get a sustained break above the 78.6 extension. And we'll see. I mean, so far it hasn't sustained above it. But it's also still in need of one more high, I think, to complete this structure. And the wave 2 pullback can still happen, even though it gets less likely if we get a sustained break above 3,741, which, as I said, we didn't get. So the price basically showed a bit of a few candles above it here on the 1 hour chart and then came down. So we have the possibility exists that we get one more high from here. I would like it to hold 3,496 though, to give us one more high. That's micro support, really just micro support. I added this support area earlier today, 3,496 to 3,558 for this wave 4. The wave 5 here of 1 seems to be an ending diagonal, so we can allow for a deeper pullback. But one more high still seems to be missing. And then we could still get a wave 2 pullback afterwards, even though that will decrease in likelihood if we get a sustained break above that 78.6 extension. The support area for wave 2 is unchanged. No, it's actually not. I adjusted it slightly in line with the latest high. So it's just now in the region between 3,060 and 3,435. Then we can get one more high in the third wave afterwards, you know, wave 3 of 3, then a 4 and a 5, and that's how we grind higher. Again, concerned that this is getting a little bit too long. But that would just mean I would have to assume that we're already in the third of a third wave if we continue to climb. It just means that, yes, I will still be watching for the wave 2 pullback, possibly also after the next high. But if it doesn't do it then yeah, we are already in the third of a third wave and will climb higher more directly. At the moment, I think just a message that, yeah, we have tried to break above this level, but it was not a sustained break. Not a sustained break. And it's still quite an important level here on this chart. So it's bullish. I would have to change my interpretation of this chart to something possibly a little bit more bearish, but not overall bearish, if we get a break below that yellow support zone. But for now, we're not even close to the support zone. So that remains an interpretation here that is bullish. Pay attention also to the ascending trend line. That's not even broken, so the trend is still up and the trend is still following here this move to the upside. Ether could have started to outperform Bitcoin. Not quite clear yet. The ETH BTC chart, I made a separate video on that, shows that potential. Also here, pullbacks very shallow so far on the ETH chart, ETH USD. So yeah, I think we are possibly in that process of a starting outperformance, that Ether starts to outperform Bitcoin. But that's not just one moment, that's a process. So we have to be a little bit patient to see how it develops. And what can I say? Situation unchanged. If a wave 2 pullback occurs here in circle wave 2, it could be an opportunity. But for now, I think we're still in circle wave 1, maybe already in circle wave 3. As I said, this would be the interpretation with a sustained break above 3,741. Besides that, there isn't much more to add, so we don't need to move any wave labels or anything or change any structure. But it likely will happen along the way because this is not a reliable microstructure due to these deep, not so deep pullbacks and the absence of any significant pullbacks, which again makes multiple interpretations possible. If you ask 10 Elliott Wave analysts about the microstructure of this move up, you probably get at least 5 different answers. So that's not a problem, wave counting is to a degree subjective. What is not subjective are the invalidation points and also the Fibonacci support levels. So they keep the objectivity here. And for now, we are holding all support levels. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.